take two of this video that I thought was recording. But nonetheless, what I'd like to talk about is emotions. You know, I am a water bearer. Anyways, besides for that, one thing that I notice about emotions, right, is that there are patterns. Just as there's day, there will be night, there's a time, there's a place. You know, there are repetitions. You know, history is bound to repeat itself, especially in terms of like how we feel and how we go about our conduct. And I feel like that energy, right, that energy in motion is something that's worth noting, worth perhaps journaling, even though I probably wouldn't journal. But I've been conscious of it, and I've understood an underlying emotion of concern or some sort of anxiety when it comes to certain places, situations, times, so on, so forth, which I believe is not really a good practice in the long term, because this stuff builds up, you know? It becomes a mood. After that, it becomes a bit of a temperament. After that, you just find out that, hey, you get diagnosed with something that you know very well you have no business being diagnosed of. But, you know, obviously, if that's the vibe where we're at, then hey, you'll catch on. You feel me? So the practical steps that I've taken is to breathe. Because at the end of the day, I've noticed that my breathing is pretty shallow. Well, generally speaking, our breathing is shallow majority of times, but in those certain instances, it should not be shallow. It should be as deep as possible. And there should be a reframing of mind state. Hence, obviously, another practical step that I implement is gratitude. Yep. And then beyond the gratitude, I've noticed that, okay, that's good. That's good in order to reach some sort of baseline. But now, when we want to go beyond the baseline and, per se, reach for our ideals in order to achieve what we need to achieve, because if I'm being honest, you can work hard, you feel me? Work hard, but not feel like it. It's like you become a millionaire, but you're still a loser. I don't know how that works. I don't want to know how that works. But most of the times it's the feeling that we're looking for. You know, because out here it's just vibes. But nonetheless, okay, cool. Now it's also bridging that gap of like, okay, cool, I've got this baseline, but then there's the ideal. Now, how do I get to the ideal? That's something that I'm still figuring it out and understanding the emotional aspect of it. And then obviously that'll help me streamline and implement the right actions. Well, I already know the right actions, but put more gusto, more energy, more fervor into it. You feel me? So that at least there are no pitfalls, no downfalls, no delays. Because, for example, if I'm feeling unmotivated to work, that's a feeling, you know, just like when I'm feeling motivated to work, that's a feeling. We all know one that is not ideal, and we all know one that is ideal in order to get things done. Even though I might work, same thing. You show up to the place, you got the skills, but you're not that guy, but you can get the job done. And then there is that guy who gets the job done, and then there's that guy, but they don't get the job done. But everybody 90% of the times, or let's just say 70%, gravitates towards that energy, you know, the person that'll make them feel that type of way. So yeah, that's been something interesting, you know, understanding that pattern. But obviously emotions travel faster than words, without a shadow of a doubt. Yes, understood. But then again, as long as we can acknowledge this pattern, then we know we're going to say yes or we're going to say no to the emotions. But then again, because some things are so deep rooted in our day-to-day lives that it's actually the situation, the day-to-day situation that is not in our control, well, that isn't in our control, then we know that, okay, cool, let me just breathe and decide how I'm going to feel. Or get to baseline and make sure that at the end of the day, I can build up towards my ideal, reach my ideal, do what I need to do, And this is just life. So it'll be a repetition of building these emotional muscles, you know? Just like gymming. At first you suck, and then soon enough you squatting more than 150. Gotta build it up. But besides for that, that's my take, you know? Just had to make this quick because clearly the first video didn't shoot. So with that being said, to whoever it may concern, thank you for listening. Have a great day.